I did a video where I was griping about this connection, and I told you that I was going to come back with a follow-up video and make something better. Try to make something that was closer to the Youngulus. In that video where I was griping about this, I was called soft hands, I was called griping, I was called many, many different things by the hardcore supporters of this company. That's the only thing I can think of. And you can see, folks, after the Bark River incident, situation, whatever you want to call it, you can see that people are still defending the big corporation, even when they get fucked. And this is my way of fixing things on my own. I don't have an issue with this company in any way, shape, or form. You know, everyone's going on about the Bark River thing, but let's be real, people. There's no way for me to test this blade steel. I have no idea what it's made out of. They're telling us what it's made out of. Now, whether you want to believe it or not, you know, some of you are such denial right now that you, I would just call it cognitive dissonance. That's all I can call it. Just because one company is rogue doesn't mean all the other ones are, right? So this entire community, as far as I can tell, is absolutely in denial at this point. There's no way I can prove anything. I can maybe test the hardness, maybe. I'm not very good at that. There's others that can do that. But how are you going to be able to test every blade steel that you have in your collection? But anyway, I digress, because that topic is, as far as I'm concerned, dead in the water, along with many other topics, which I'll come back to in another video. But this video was about this SE and this buckle. So let's fix this buckle. This is what it looks like, and let's keep going. First thing I got to do is get rid of this thing, right? I'm not sure I'm going to be able to do this very well on camera. I'll try. Yeah, I will do a follow-up video on the Bark River thing. Some of you have seen some of my shorts. I got 2 shorts out there right now. I think one sums it up pretty well. But you know what I'm saying, folks? There's no way you can prove, unless you know you are way smarter than me, which is very likely. If you can prove to me that your Magna Cut is indeed Magna Cut, and forget about the company, forget about Bark River. You know, look at your Buck. Look at your Spyderco. Look at all your companies. You can't really prove it one way or the other. You're just kind of going on their word, trusting the corporation. Some of the comments that I received on this gripe were priceless. I should have probably just done a video on its own, but you know, it's a classic. Go back to the company, they'll treat you good. All that kind of stuff, right? Some of you might know that my fascination, or the whole starting of this channel for the most part, was when I picked up a Strider SMF back in the day, and it was doing that lock rock. Remember that lock rock thing? Some of you remember that. And send it back to the company. You should never pay that much money and have this. The same old comments, one after another. It was like a bunch of parrots talking at the same time. It's very similar to the commenters on my last video on this sheath. I took it upon myself to fix the lock rock, and I'm going to do a video on that too. It's really outdated in a sense, because nobody talks about Striders the way they did back then. But the point is of this channel was to fix things, make things better on your own without going back and doing these things. What's the takeaway from that? Well, one of the takeaways is you learn how to use new tools. You learn how to apply them on this hobby, but more than just this hobby. If you want to fix things or make things, I mean, I've made some really nice winter moccasins using this tool. And that's the takeaway from videos like this, is learning new things. Some of you probably have never even seen an awl like that before. But anyways, this is what I'm trying to get across here, but whether or not it's going to come through, I don't know. Okay, so there we are. I've removed it, and I'm going to cut away to a bunch of B-roll and show you what I've done so far. And then I'm going to come back and I'm going to put it back together in real time. So there you have the finished product. It's pretty much exactly the way I envisioned it, the way I saw it in older videos. Give her one of these and everything comes out of the way. Let's do that one more time. I'll just support it so that it represents being on my hip, I guess. This comes out of the way and we're clear. So I supported it with a Chicago screw, that way it can pivot. I'll probably cover it with a piece of tape or maybe some Velcro or something like that. But the idea here is that it's now fully ambidextrous, so this can be spun the other way. This entire configuration can go on. And if you want to go the other way, you can. So now it's, I think, more functional than what was provided. It was sewn in and couldn't be turned or anything. So that's kind of where I'm at. There's a Chicago screw on here, so that pretty much does this video. I think that's really what I wanted to do. Now I got something that's a little bit better. I stand by my previous video. SE should go back to the way it was before. Much more functional, better product instead of, I think, my humble opinion, a cheaper version. The fanboys are not going to be happy regardless. And frankly, I just don't give a shit. What's the takeaway here? Well, the takeaway here is having an awl. You can do pretty much all things with an awl. This is a very valuable tool. The other thing is, other takeaway is, I think the whole knife community in whole is going to look a lot different moving forward. Especially the fact that we don't know anything about this stuff, really. We just buy it. We assume that it's $10.95 in this case. Could be $10.55 for all I know. Now we're going to take this into the woods. That'll be my next video. Let's see how it performs. In the meantime and in between time, bye for now.